Wakanda forever!
UAV recon standing by. We've lost the lead.
Oh, he was playing on the floor, eh? Yeah, I don't know how to spawn kill on this one. I know how to do it on the Modern Warfare one though. Gosh, I'm in the dog. Oh god. Chris, stop playing. Yo, Chris is Asian, bro. Bro.
UAV recon standing by.
That's why you can do the Asian accent super well, bro. Chris is a sweet Asian boy, bro. He's a soy boy. I like calling him Jin though. Jin's a cooler name to call him by. Chris is kind of like
Friendly airstrike on the way.
strange, bro.
We're about to win this one. Keep up the fire.
Yeah, I don't want to call him Chris though. I want to call him Jin.
UAV recon
Mr.
standing
Jin.
by. Enemy helicopter inbound. We've lost the lead. Friendly airstrike on the way. We've taken the lead.
I think Chris likes doing like the stereotypical Asian voice more than anybody, bro.
UAV recon standing by. Our UAV is online.
Yeah, Chris.
Lost the lead.
Chris, you don't know if we're Korean, bro. Maybe we're Korean, bro. Maybe we're Chinese. Can't be spitting these fucking ching chang chongs at us, bro. I don't appreciate that. Come on, Chris. Like David's super Asian, dude. Can't be doing that. David's like the least Asian name, actually. Oh fuck, that guy had the Call of Duty Ghost face on, eh? Pretty cool.
Enemy helicopter inbound. Mission failed. We'll get them next time.
Wakanda forever? Yeah, bro. Yo, Chris is too much, man. He's LGBTQ.
Team deathmatch.
Oh, bro, you be thankful we're not fucking Jin, dude. You would have fucking,
Let's do this.
you would have probably gotten off the game, bro. And you would have probably not let your children play video games, ever. Because you realize that there's people like Jin out
We're
there.
taking the lead.
Who could talk to your kids. what? You got student service and what?
Our UAV is online.
It's got the fucking, yo. That would, I wrote that down like a year ago. I said, there's no TV channels right now geared towards the gays and the trans. It's a vacuum in the market, bro. You say what? Yeah, it is pretty
Our
good.
UAV is online.
Gays love Netflix. The thing with my idea though is that like, it would low-key like maybe offend them, you know? Because then you're differentiating them from other TV stations. They might take it the wrong way, you know how the gays be, you know? With it. They're like, you know what? It is what it is, we got our own spot that we could be cool at, you know what I mean? Gay people, they gonna get offended. They gonna be like, nah, we should have NBC, you guys should have NBC straight.
Friendly airstrike
And then you'll be
online.
like, fuck, okay. I get it, you got all the attitude. 'Cause you're sweet. Yeah. It's always like that. Maybe that's a generalization. You know what's so funny, bro? My mom is like super traditional in the sense that like she gets so uncomfortable when there's like gay scenes on like TV shows, bro. She hates that shit. It's just because she was like raised not like, she was raised in like a Catholic Filipino home.
Our UAV is online.
Oh no, my mom gets so uncomfortable. It's so funny. So me and my sister kind of troll her, bro. Cause like, about gay people. Yeah, but older generations have. It's like, yeah, it's like telling you to stop smoking after you've been smoking for like 30 years. It's like, bro, it's like it's a part of me now. Or if you always like, you know what I mean? It's like weird habits.
UAV recon standing by.
That's like more my my grandpa, bro. My grandpa like says like,
Enemy
it's just
UAV
like
is
they
airborne.
have their view on the world, bro. They were told misinformation back in the day, like, for a reason. To give them that idea, you know? Does that make any sense? Like, you almost like had to brainwash your public, because if your population only had access to NBC and like Fox News for their news sources, and then you tell them like, you give them like all these stories and all these like things, then they're gonna associate that person, like it's almost like playing with the human nature thing. But it's like it's a learned behavior that's not, like, being prejudiced is not the worst thing, it's almost a survival mechanism. Like, if you touch something that's red hot and you burn the fuck out of your hand, you know next time not to touch that thing. And that's like the same mechanism that's being played upon when they show them like these videos. So if like you show enough videos of like Indian people, or no, let's say like Palestinian people hurting Jewish people, it's a good example. You're gonna brainwash the you're gonna brainwash the Jewish population into thinking Palestinians are just all out to get you, and like, cause they've actually seen so many examples that it's like a real thing in their life.
UAV recon standing by. We're about to win this one. Keep up the fire. Enemy UAV is airborne.
Oh, 100%. But it's they've Israel created that ideology with the Palestinians in order for Israel to take over that land. Because if you don't have your population backing it, then if you have empathy and compassion, then they're not going to want to take their land. They're going to want to hear out their other side, which means Israel doesn't get to expand. It doesn't get their holy land. So it's like you almost have to have your population hate the other population in order for it to expand, in order for you to like take over it.
Enemy UAV is airborne.
That's it. It's honestly, bro. It's the exact same. That's the same psychology that's gone through America with like Muslim people and
UAV is online.
like Afghanistan and all that shit. Like they've been brainwashed through their media in order to, so that you don't have like a Vietnam War situation where the population's not backing the government's decisions. You know what I mean? Like they needed to go into Iraq for their oil, or Iran. Yeah, it's Iraq. But like, no, but what I'm saying is they didn't want a Vietnamese situation. They learned from the Vietnam War that if your population's not backing your war, it creates a big tension. It creates like issues. So if you have your population supporting it, you have an incident like 9/11 or like something just as big, and it's okay with invading these countries to destroy terrorism and quote unquote just occupy the country and protect oil. Like you needed an excuse to do it, and you gave them the excuse with like a 9/11 type event. And even if the government didn't set up 9/11 directly, they created the perfect environment for a 9/11 event to occur. So it's like, well, I don't even know if they had to. I don't know if they had to. I think they set up they created demand. You know what I mean? Like you create the perfect environment where that type of organism would thrive. Like, dude, I watched the whole Vietnam thing. In the Vietnam War, bro, that was the first war that they started executing like psychological warfare and like exploring the ideologies of that. And like it's a known fact. Like you can watch interviews where like some of the soldiers who are like more with it, they realized that like the Viet Cong were not actually there and they weren't fighting the Viet Cong. They were creating the Viet Cong. So like the American presence in Vietnam and destroying these villages is what actually created the Viet Cong. So it's like, so like when you go through these villages and you destroy a village, the remaining civilians are gonna be the next people who join into the Viet Cong. So it's like they didn't have to create an enemy, they just kind of. Like, bro, I'll send you.
Team deathmatch.
No, but I know what that's about. That's about the Starlight, Project Starlight. Yeah.
Take no prisoners.
It's a real historical thing, which is the coolest part about it. And that division actually existed. Like that's what's so crazy about that to me. Yeah, I'm gonna watch that movie. Yeah. You know what's crazy about? I'm gonna send you that Vietnam interview, bro. When you watch the interview, the guy is like a very intellectual person who went to war, and he says that they used to read American newspaper,
UAV is online.
like after they blew up like a bridge or whatever, or blew up like a weapons thing. They would read the newspaper and see what the American population was fed, and they were fed literal lies. They were basically told like, oh, the Americans push back the Viet Cong situation by blowing up this safe hold of weapons, and like they'll push them back by 2 months or whatever. And then the guy was like, he says like, was like, that shit never happened. We didn't push. Like the next day they had weapons again, and it's like they never slowed them down. So it's like they get like real snapshots and real. Say what?